In the past 2 months, the crypto meme coin strategy I'm about to show you has printed me and my group all of these plays. Tons of traders that started using this strat 30 days ago are now up thousands. And most of them started with under 50 bucks in Sol, which is very common. And no, this isn't a lucky month. In fact, this was a terrible month for meme coins. But meme coins are just starting to get good again, and this next half year is set to be huge for us. The best part of the trading style we all use is that you do not need any trading experience, you don't need a big account, and you also don't need to stare at the charts all day like the fake trenchers teach you to do. You just need a simple system to follow. And in this video, I'm gonna hand you that exact thing, start to finish. And it's completely free, so no, there's not gonna be any $2,000 course or a multiple month learning phase for you. By the end of this video, you'll know how to find these kind of coins before they run, how to not get rugged while doing it, and how to actually take profits instead of round tripping back to zero. I'm even giving you the exact settings and filters I use for free, so your screen will end up looking just like mine when I catch coins like these. I'm even gonna leak the 5-second check that I use to tell a real runner from a trap. That one thing alone is responsible for over 6 figs this year. I started the Alpha Club trading group over 5 years ago, and the opportunity has never been this great, especially for people with super low ports. That club, by the way, grew into one of the biggest trading groups in the entire space, and it's now home to over 18,000 active traders. And right now, I'm going to show you the exact system that we run every single day. And you don't just have to take my word for this, you guys. I have countless testimonials of real people I've trained having huge success with what I'm about to teach you. This is a free video that I could charge thousands for, so don't treat it like free content. Treat this like a real deal guide and lock in, because I don't know how long I'm going to keep it up. So here's the whole idea of trading profitably. We don't gamble and we don't guess. We catch coins using the one thing that everyone overlooks: attention, also referred to as hype. Then we're only going to enter once momentum is confirmed. This is a repeatable system, so you're always going to know what to do to win the day and walk away with a positive PNL. And here's your first piece of real value. 99% of coins are scams. The only ones that run are made with proper metrics and capitalize on current hype, both in which you're gonna learn some easy ass tricks so you can spot. This is stuff that you need to know before we start trading. Big attention can look like big news, a viral clip, a community catching fire, or other things that we're going to get into. You're going to learn to spot all of that through the ridiculously simple way that I'm going to outline. And everything else is a walk in the park, so let me show you. It's well known that almost everyone who touches meme coins loses money, and it's got nothing to do with luck or picking the wrong coins. The real reason is so simple, it's almost insulting. And the odds are that it's happening to you right now. 99% of traders are brand new and have no one to teach them how to win. That's it. They didn't come from futures. They don't know how to read a chart. They're not trading with people like I get to trade with every single day. So this leads to most people thinking that they have a solid understanding when they trade meme coins. But in reality, they don't know what they should be looking for, so they just end up gambling, whether they know it or not. So your exit liquidity for people like me and my group, as you're just finding the coin and buying, we're the ones already selling on your head. And I'm going to teach it to you because it's not hard to learn. The people printing out here are not smarter than you at all. They're not luckier than you. They just run the same steps over and over again. It's a numbers game. Sure, they lose some, but they win most of them. And with proper risk management, that just means your bank account, your Phantom wallet goes brrrr. The viral coin sniping system runs on one predictable force, not charts, not luck, and definitely not some secret ass Telegram group. It's just plain attention. Remember this, because I'm drilling it into your head. You're gonna hit the charts tomorrow and have the best trading day of your life. Where attention goes, money flows. Every time. And this attention leaves a trail that you can see before the crowd does. That's the map we use. The second you have it, this stops feeling like a casino and starts feeling like fishing. You literally just sit there and wait for the right coin to appear. When it does, you reel in the soul. This is not theory. I've been building this strategy for years. This is proven. The traders in my group who are up thousands right now, they're not geniuses. They stopped guessing and started running this plan back to back. That's the only thing they changed. changed. None of what I just said matters if you can't even see the coins that we're seeing. So first, let's take 2 minutes and get you set up right so that you can see what the pros are seeing. Then you at least have a chance. This is gas, by the way. This part we're gonna do right now is a requirement to win, so pay attention. Most people lose before they even start by not having these things set up properly. So if you can't see the coins me and the boys are entering, how do you expect to win? I'm gonna get you to literally follow along with me right now. First thing, open up terminal. The terminal trenches is the screen where you see every single coin the second it's born. I use it because it's owned by pumpfun, so it's the fastest to see and implement updates before anyone else does. Use the terminal invite link in the description to get permanently boosted cash back and reduced fees. This shit actually adds up. Now, if you're brand freaking new, here's what you're actually looking at on this page. When someone launches a coin, it starts off in this column. Right now, that's 2 to 4K. That changes depending on the price of SOL. If enough money goes into that coin, then it goes into this column called migrated. That happens when one of these gets to at least 31K. So the whole life cycle is get born here, generate enough attention to get the market cap to at least 31K, go to here, and then slingshot even higher. Our whole job is to catch these ones early. That's what this system is for. And you don't need to know anything more technical than that to start. Now the important part, okay? Settings and filters. I'm gonna make it so you see exactly what the winners see. First is settings. Go to any charts page and click this cog. What this does is make sure you don't pay $5 per trade. This is gonna cut the fees way down while still making you very fast. So these are the settings that me and my friends use. Make sure Mev mode is off unless you're getting to around $100 to $200 per trade. Sell settings are the exact same. Now, for my boys with a super low port, this is what you can use if you are down bad. This only costs a few cents per trade, and as you grow your port, you can increase it, which will get you faster entries. Now for filters, the important part. So back to the trenches page, because if you can't even see the coins that we're seeing, then you're already hopeless. With proper filters, we're gonna filter out 99% of the garbage and scams. That's gonna slow the feed down and make it so that when a new coin pops up, it's actually worth looking at. This is gonna increase your speed and make entries on absolute rockets way easier, especially when paired with the 5-second check that I'm gonna show you. But you can't just have any filters, because with the wrong filters, you're actually gonna hide the coins you want to see. Sure, you're gonna hide some scams, but you're not gonna see the rockets. Now, the exact filter numbers that we're gonna cover right now, they shift because the soul of price moves and new updates come out. So I always keep my current ones up to date in the group below. So starting with migrated, come over here and click this little filters icon. We're gonna go to the socials tab, do at least one social. If a coin doesn't have a link to a social, no one can fact check the hype, so it's useless. Then we're gonna come over to metrics and we're gonna put market cap minimum 30K. Then we're gonna come down to total fees paid. A coin cannot make it to migrated or a high market cap without paying fees. It's actually impossible. So right there, if you look and you see behind here, 0 fees, 0 fees, under the green text here is the fees. If it's in migrated and it has 0, it is a scam. Like, I bet my life on any of them anytime, it's a scam. They need to be paying fees for it to be authentic trades. So total fees paid, I like to put around 2 or 3. I'm gonna put 3, apply. Now when a new coin pops up, it's going to be worth looking at. So what I like to do is put on sound alerts for this column only. So then if a new coin migrates and I'm AFK or doing something, I hear the ping and I come and I know to look, because a lot of the time you're gonna spot massive runners like this. I have made a ton of SOL this way. Now, if you're really getting wrecked in this column, you can go to socials and put on alpha groups mention minimum 1. What that's gonna do is make sure that at least one alpha group that pumpfun monitors has entered this coin, which does a lot of vetting. But obviously it takes them time to see coins and enter them, and sometimes they miss some. So there's a trade-off there. Next is the soon column. We don't really trade in here, and coins don't stay in here for long. It just gives us an idea of what's about to migrate. There should not be this many. There should maybe be 1, not even. So what we're gonna do, at least 1 social, at least 20K market cap, total fees paid, minimum 2, and then token age, because it gets stagnant in here and stacks a lot of old ones up, 600 minutes. Apply, 0 of them. And for sure, we didn't remove anything we want to see. Now new, the bread and butter. This is the most important column. So go over to socials, at least 1 social. That's always there. That's a staple. Market cap, now this one we want a market cap minimum still. We want at least 5 to 6K at the current SOL price. This one's heavily dependent on SOL price, so always look in the group if unsure. Now, why do we want a 6K minimum if coins are spawning at like 2 or 3K? This is so that we know that the coins we're looking at are actually building some sort of momentum. There's unlimited coins at 2K. We do not care about that. So we immediately want to just make sure we're only seeing coins about to get momentum. Now, even this is going to show you a ton of scams. So we also want a volume minimum in this column specifically. I'll put 3K. If a coin spawns at say 2,000 and it gets to 6,000, it's gonna have at least 3K volume. So any coins without any volume are immediately going to be taken out. And then total fees paid minimum, 0.1. This is going to hide all the zero fees paid ones. So as you can see, a lot of people say you can't filter the new column. They're just inexperienced and don't know how the filters actually work. This here isn't going to hide anything we want to see, okay? Sure, some people might want to get an entry at 4K, but if you're new, you have no fucking chance of doing that, okay? So 6K with 3K volume with 0.1 SOL fees with 1 social is the golden filter. So apply. So now your settings and filters are set up. Now you are actually looking good and you're ready to print some cash. Last thing in setup before we get into the sauce that retired my ass. When on this page, the trenches page, you can think of it as 2 lanes. New creations is the brand new coins, the wild, wild west. Big upside, most scams. And then we have migrated, the ones that already proved they could pull attention and have graduated up. We hunt both a little differently, but I'm going to show you exactly how. All right, so your station's built. You can see what the winners are seeing. Now the fun part. How do we actually know which coins are about to explode and which ones we actually want to enter? Because for you right now, it's probably still confusing. Let's fix that. Coins do not pump randomly. Every runner starts with the exact same thing, and once you know how to see it, you cannot unsee it. 2 quick things about timing, because they make everything easier. It's easier to go downhill than it is uphill. And when you're newer and you're learning, you need every single advantage you can get, and this one is a big one. First is that the whole market breathes with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin pumps, money floods into pumpfun and coins run very easily. When Bitcoin's dumping, volume can fall, making it harder to trade. That doesn't mean don't trade. It means know which environment you're in so you know which trades to take. Plenty of the biggest runners in history that retired many people I know came in very low volume times when Bitcoin was doing terrible. Now the second one. There's a best time of day to trade. You can't just hop on whenever and expect great volume. You want to be trading in good volume. Roughly 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. Convert that to your time. This is when most people are online buying. Then we also want to know about weekends, especially Sundays. These are dead times usually. You can trade off hours and there's still runners, but during peak hours on peak days, things are much easier. The coin you enter, if you have these filters on and you use the system in the 5-second check, if you enter on a high volume time in good hours, good day, it is much more likely to run. You're gonna have an easier time stacking SOL. And the biggest beginner mistake of all, forcing trades when there's none to take. Over trading. We are fishermen. We wait for a setup to come to us. Sometimes the best move that you can possibly make is to not trade at all. One solid setup can pay for a month's expenses, and there are hundreds of setups per month. We just can't get trigger happy on the ones that are hopeless and not outlined by the system we're about to learn. So now for how we actually hunt them. So every coin starts with attention, but where do we see that attention show up live? Well, there's one place that I like to look, and that's the coin feed. It's the main screen you're always going to be looking at, and it shows every coin being born the second it happens. Now, there is an advantage to having less filters in new, and that's so that you can see a social feed, kind of like a CT tracker of what's being made. It lets you put your finger on the pulse of social media kind of and what's going on, but you do not need to be that tapped in to win. The second a coin is born, you're going to see links attached to it, and we can see who posted it, when, and how many likes and how much hype it's generating. That's the main thing you do on this page. page. You're gonna learn more of what to look for, but that's basically the idea. Now, you can use a CT tracker, plenty of room to leave it in the middle, but it's not mandatory and it can be confusing and make you miss actual plays. I do, by the way, keep my updated CT tracker list in the group along with the filters. And one more tool that helps you spot stuff isn't really a tool, but it's other people. For example, this is so powerful that me and our top traders actually run live trading group sessions every day in our elite group. Why is having friends that know what they're doing so powerful? Well, it's because everyone calls out what they're seeing and buying in real time, and they say they're thinking on it so that you can follow along. It's like a cheat code. Now, the attention slash hype that we're gonna be looking for comes from 3 places. One is the world. Real news, politics, wars, something crazy Trump does, a country hits the headlines, etc. 2 is the internet. We got culture, a viral TikTok, a meme, a moment from a show everyone's clipping, a baby hippo goes viral. 3, we got the people, the big accounts. Elon does something on Twitter, a famous name posts a ticker, people make a new meme of Trump. So 3 main things: world, internet, people. Every runner traces back to one of those 3. And one of those 3 things can spawn 2 types of coins. A news coin, like the strikes on Iran generated so many runners. I had opened 5 winning trades on one monitor at one time printing. Or group coins can be spawned, which we'll get into. A big thing to understand is, though, that not all attention is tradable. There's 2 rules. The first rule is that the news or the attention or the hype, it has to be both new and big. Small news nobody cares about. That means no good coin. And news from yesterday or old news means the coin is dead. Old news doesn't run unless it's just going viral for the first time, like the penguin meme that our group caught 100x on, because people just found the YouTube video for it and then started blowing it up on social media. And the last thing on it is that the coin has to be coinable, something people can actually rally around and make a coin out of. Take an FOMC meeting, for example. It's a massive economic meeting, millions of people watch it, so the meeting itself has hype, but the meeting itself isn't coinable, so there's nothing to build a coin around. Now, how do we get a coin out of FOMC? Well, everyone loved Jerome Powell, so if he was to say something ridiculous in the middle of one of them that turns into a meme, well, that is coinable. Then you would see it hit your feed, you would run the system to find an entry on the right coin, and you would print. It may sound like a lot, but it's not. By the end of this, you're gonna understand this perfectly fine. So now you've been introduced what hype signals are, like what are we even looking for? The next thing that you're gonna face is that when something actually does happen, you're often gonna see multiple coins made around it. You definitely will see many if you don't apply the proper filters like we covered. But with the filters, there's not many PvP coins and it becomes very manageable, especially with the 5-second check that we're gonna cover. So when a new coin does show up, how do we know that it's the right coin we wanna enter? How do we know this coin's gonna go to 100K and not a coin made a minute after it? Well, the good news is the fakes always give themselves away. You just need to know what to look for. The copycat coins we're talking about have a name. They're called vamp coins. They exist to suck liquidity out of the real one. Similar name, similar picture, but aping into them means losing the trade and missing the actual coin that's exploding. So we never rush. Picking the right coin only takes a few seconds once you know where to look. The first thing you're ever gonna do when you see a new coin pop up in here is you're gonna check the socials. When you click the link, does it actually take you somewhere, or has the post been removed, or is it a broken link, or does it take you to something completely unrelated? Any of those things means don't go. The link has to go to where the coin's saying. It has to have something to do with this and be generating attention. So if it's a news coin, it has to link to the real thing. Say the Prezi shits himself on public TV. Well, we need the link to the post of him doing that. The post generating all the attention. And if it's a community coin, then you're gonna wanna see, are their posts picking up any likes or views? And are real people actually talking and engaging, or is it just bots? A strong community is loud and organic. What I love to see when I click on a group or a community coin like this is I love to scroll down and see them posting memes, farming memes, and I like to see them getting thousands of views, like at least 4,000 views on a post. And if the coin's still in new when they're doing that, that means that they have entered a decent spot in the algorithm, and more of their posts are likely to get more and more more views, which obviously brings in more traders to buy the coin, which boosts the coin. Like, I have made so much cash doing just that. So you want to see views. If they're literally not making any waves or generating any attention on X, then what are you looking at? You want to see views. It starts a virality snowball for the coin. Now, the next thing, when you do find a coin, you're going to want to do 2 quick checks that save you more money than anything else will in this video. And these are baked into the 5-second check, so just bear with me. 1 is fees paid, like we talked about. See, this coin is generating actual fees paid. That's good. 2 is bundles. There's something I call a God candle. You're going to pull up the chart, you're going to put it on 1 second, and you're going to look at, simply just look at the first candle. Where does it go to? This one goes to like 3K. That's fine. If you see the first candle go to like 10K or higher, that's a bundle. What that means is that the dev of the coin bought on multiple wallets right when he made the coin to hide the amount he's holding, so that later when the coin climbs, he can sell his huge portion and rug the coin. So simple check is a God candle check. Real human buys look messy. Up, down, up, down. They look like stairs or valleys in a way. So you've got the signal, you've got something picking up hype, either a news post or a group, and you've got what you think is the coin. It doesn't look like a bundle. It has fees paid. Chart looks okay. Now what do you do? Because you can nail both of those things and still lose money. Well, next comes the 5-second check. But before I teach you that, we need 30 seconds on something that's going to save a ton of pain. This alone is going to make you an insane trader when compared against any of your friends. Because the perfect entry doesn't matter if you're thinking like an R word. You need to understand that the second real money is on the line and you're in a trade, your brain kind of breaks and your IQ drops. Emotions take the wheel and you start doing stuff that you'd never do with a clear head. That's why paper trading is so important and why we have a free paper trading tool in the disc. Every trader fights the same handful of demons, we're gonna call them. And just simply knowing what they are, which will take me 10 seconds to tell you, makes them way easier to catch. So if you want to quit your job or buy a new house this year, write these down. Demon 1 is FOMO. Everyone knows it. Coins flying, you feel left behind, you buy the top, now you're exit liquidity, now you're crying. Next is panic selling. 1 red candle and you dump a perfectly good coin because you get scared and you don't understand ranges or when you should sell. 3rd is revenge trading. You take a loss, you get mad, you throw in double to win it back. That's not trading. That's just getting tilted and it empties wallets. Next is full porting. You get a gut feeling. So you ape your whole stack or half a stack into 1 coin, inevitably losing it all. Next is bag holding. The coin's clearly dead, but you hold anyway, praying because you got attached to it. Don't get attached. You got to curb these bitches. Next is the freeze. Perfectly good setups right there in front of you, but you don't click. And then maybe you FOMO in at the top later to make up for it and get wrecked. Those are them. You'll have 1 or 2 of them that hit you harder than the rest, and that's your demon. Name it, watch for it, and you're already ahead of mostly everyone out there. Get that right, and this 5-second check becomes a cheat code and unlocks everything for you. So here it is, the thing I promised you at the very start of this video, the 5-second check. This 1 check is responsible for more of my profits since I started trading a couple years ago than anything else that I have ever done. So before you click buy, you're always going to check 3 things. The first one, you're gonna double check topic, okay? It's so important. Is the topic posted on the chart you're on, because you'll be on a chart at this point, is it actually gaining traction? Is the linked group or post actually growing? And does the link even work? Because remember, if the link is broken or the tweet gets taken down like 5 minutes after you checked, then it's gonna just drop to 0 and you're gonna wonder why. The second part of the 5-second check is price action. All price action is, you guys, is the chart. What does the chart look like? If we see that a coin has already been up like this and came all the way back down, and we see volume also downtrending like this, we just want to skip it. The main reason being is that these are resistances. They make it harder to climb. So if a coin's already been up and came back down, it's just so hard for the coin to ever get to a new all-time high or do good. It's just not worth it. So is price action okay? The other part of price action is the God candle, like we talked about. When you're entering new pairs, you'll be able to see the first candle very easily. So always just glance over. We simply like to see a regular first candle with stair-like shit happening going up and not too big of a drop back down. That's all we need to worry about for price action. So we have the hype source, the attention generator, then we have price action / the chart. Next, of the 5-second check before we get into an extra thing that I want to show you is volume and holders. This is the third part. Volume, holders. These are your fuel gauge. Volume is the lifeblood of a coin. Price can literally not move without volume. We have our 5-minute volume over here and we have our volume down here. So strong bars and a strong 5-minute means the coin has fuel, but shrinking bars and a shrinking 5-minute means that the coin is most likely dying. Then there's holders, okay? Holders can be seen right here. If holders are climbing up in chunks, it's going like 150, 153, 156, 160. Very, very good sign if everything else is pointing towards it being good. But if holders are going down or bleeding, then the coin's losing pressure and losing momentum. Very bad sign. But basically, topic is alive, price action is clean, volume and holders climbing. That's your green light. So boom, you're in the coin. But here's the brutal truth. Getting in was the easy part. The reason 99% of people still lose even after a perfect entry is that they have no idea how to get out. So right now I'm quickly gonna show you why people who catch a literal 100x still end up with nothing, and the one move that stops that dead so you can take out your profits every time. By the way, I made an entire course on the viral coin sniping system. Remember I said no 2K course. This course you can try for free along with the 2 cheat codes, which are live group trading and daily coin calls. So go grab that free trial while you can. It's linked for the elite group below. But back to what we were talking about, selling. This is the part nobody teaches, and it's the entire difference between losing it all and owning a money printer. So here's what actually happens to most everyone. They catch a 10x, 50x, the trade of their life, and instead of selling, they think this is going to 100 million, so they hold and they ride that life-changing win all the way back to zero. It's the most painful thing in trading, and it happens every single day to a lot of people. So here's how you never do it. The second you're up 2x, you sell your initials. This is just for when you're new. You put 50 in, you take 50 back out. Now you've sold, you've clicked sell, so you've broken the seal on that. It's not so hard to click sell again. And you're now playing with pure house money, so you literally cannot lose or shrink your port. You could even take out 60% so that you're guaranteed a little bit of wins every time. Then you're gonna be shaving profits off all the way up. Say another 2x happens, sell maybe 25%. Just be looking at the metrics, go back to the link, check how good the hype source is doing. If it's still bumping, okay, you're still good. Check for any new PvP coins, but be selling on the way up. Now, if volume starts to drop out, the ash starts to drop out, we see the 5-minute doing this, kind of stalling. Okay, holders are not really going up anymore. They're kind of falling, and you get a bad feeling about it. Just sell it all. You're never gonna be mad at yourself for walking away with gains at the end of the week. We're here to win a bunch of trades. Like, this is a numbers game. If you're winning trades all month, one trade doesn't really matter so much. So always err on the side of caution. Do that and you won't just win trades, you will keep the money. And look, you guys, I don't expect you to take my word for any of this, but these are members who have been trained by me or taken the course that you can try for free. They've joined live group trading and followed the coin calls, and none of them are geniuses, none of them have connections, and none had much money. They simply learned from people already winning. They stopped guessing and they ran a system instead of trying to do it all themselves. That's the only thing they changed. Now, I have some more heat coming out for you guys, so make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment, tell me what video you want to see next.